Get up, you son of a bitch!
Cause Punsh drunk loves ya.
What up, what up? Y'all already know this is Punch on Boxing, aka Mr. Moo Shine himself. All right, man, we gotta start something new. Well, not something new, something that we started a while ago, but we never kept it consistent. On Sunday, we used to do this brotherhood circle, right? And if y'all follow the channel, y'all already know I'm Punch on Boxing, aka Mr. Moo Shine himself. I always say that boxing translates to life itself. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Donald, what's good? I always say that boxing translates to life itself. I think we make a lot of a lot of content. Not only me, but a lot of people in this community make a lot of content about these fighters in and out the ring, assessing fights, predicting fights, breaking down fights, fantasy fights, recaps, reviews, what we want to see in the sport of boxing, everything, right? And because I always say, and I have a found respect and love for fighters and what they do, as the occupation, stepping inside that ring, showing heart and courage, determination, and stuff like that. I'm not. It's not an easy. It's not an easy. It's not an easy job. It's not an easy job. Yes, it's voluntary and stuff like that, but it's still not an easy job. You know what I'm saying? We all know that they risk their lives stepping inside that ring, right? Um, Look at even Jake Paul this past weekend on a Friday. A lot of people still saying, "Oh my God, the Jake Paul and the Anthony Joshua that was fixed." Yeah, right. Go tell his jaw that. Stop it, folks. Yeah, at the end of the day, we also understand that these fighters go through a lot of things outside of the ring, just like regular people. They're just regular people, just like us. We go through some problems. We go through family problems, financial problems, poverty problems, and stuff like that. Issues and unfortunate circumstances, baby mama drama, family court system, and stuff like that. Divorces, drug substances, right? So on Sundays, if it does work, if y'all interested, I'm gonna open up the panels. We're gonna be talking about because there's not a lot of platforms in which we all could lift each other up. I know there's a lot of people out there that's going through some shit. Some people out there don't got nobody to talk to. Some people don't got the time to talk to somebody. Some people don't even have the time to show their weakness and emotions and stuff like that because, of course, they gotta be fathers and they gotta be husbands and they gotta, just wake up in the morning, go back to work and dust their shoulders, tie their boots, get back to work. Got no time to dwell on, negativity or whatever, or struggle, whatever. You feel me? A lot of people depend on us, just like your kids depend on us. Your kids can't depend on you to taking breaks and weakness and go sort out yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of pressure in men. It's also a lot of pressure in women when they're not righteous men around them, right? Smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like, smash the like. So each and every Sunday, we're going to pick a topic. We're going to see if a fighter and what they're going through. If you see the thumbnail, you see the title. I have Adrian Broner, who just posted himself butt ass naked in his IG. We all know that Adrian Broner was a prestige fighter, high profile fighter, had a lot of promises in the sport of boxing. And we all know that he's been suffering from alcoholism. And that's the reason why it's easy to make videos and to kick a man while he's down or kick a woman while they down and stuff like that. But we ain't gonna do that. We're gonna take these experiences, these images and stuff like that of these fighters. Hey, even the fighters. We are. That's why you see session 2. We had a session with Teofimo Lopez a while ago. What was it, like a year and a half ago and stuff like that? In which I noticed being in the sport of boxing, they say that it's a lonely sport. And I think that a lot of fighters, go through a lot of issues. If any fighter out here listening on, it would be great to have you on the panel so you could tell your stories. And we, as a community in Punch Run Boxing and the comment section and stuff like that, and the people that want to jump on the panel, can help you guys out, with conversation. That's why I said back in the days we was doing the brotherhood circles on Sunday, in which us men could be there for one another, just like the sister circles have their thing. You know what I'm saying? This could be an outlet on a Sunday that we could talk about issues, but we're gonna break it down. We ain't gonna. It's not gonna be every issue. We're gonna pick an issue. Like if today we're gonna be talking about substance abuse, we're gonna talk about alcoholism and drugs. The next Sunday we could be talking about baby mama drama. We could be talking about relationships. We could be talking about all of that. You understand what I'm trying to say? Smash that like. So, you know what I'm saying? I think what and the people in the chat right now, what's good? Savage in the building, what's good? One of the members of Punch Run Boxing, you already know, man. Subscribe and become a member and join my brother Savage. Loyal support. Evening morning punch. What's good, kid? What's good? What's good? Some just can't help, but we can't give up on them. That's what I'm talking about, Savage. That's what I'm talking about. We ain't gonna be savages like that and count them out. We're going to be the platform that instead of, especially on a Sunday, we could be joking around and stuff like that, make boxing content and be entertaining. But I want to take this time on Sundays, to pick a topic so we could help one another. I'm not perfect. I've been through my issues, and I know other people have gone through some issues. And there's been times where, man, you just can't. You got nobody to talk to. You got nobody to talk to. Hunter, the Hunt in the building. What's good, Hunter? What's good, my brother? Hope everything is good, my brother. You know, I know there's a lot of people out there that has issues they want to overcome. They don't have a support system. They don't know who to talk to. And I know this as being a man, you know what I'm saying? One thing about, I'm gonna tell you like this, and maybe there's other dudes out here that could disagree. He said, I'm drinking right now, man. Hey yo, my brother. Let's talk about it. Let's be here for another. Trust me, man. I have my problems drinking as well. A matter of fact, I'm not drinking. I'm not drinking right now. But guess what? I think about drinking every day. I start off for me. I think about drinking every day. When I wake up, I think about drinking. Every time I have a a time, I don't even have to drink. You know what? I even Googled it before. I Googled this the other day. I said, is thinking about thinking about drinking constantly make you an alcoholic? I had to Google that. I had to Google that. No lie. I think that I Googled that on Thursday because you know what I'm saying. I think especially when my grandmother died this past March, man, it was one of the. I think this been one of the worst years of my life, emotionally and stuff like that. You lose one of the most important people in your life, a person that always had the answers. That was like my therapist. You know what I'm saying? Always had the answer, never looked down on me. Any mistakes I made in my life, never, never. She just, grannies, and I had a bond with my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? I was very, very, very close. You know what I'm saying? Very close. I was, conversation wise and bonding wise, I was closer to my grandma than even my mom and my dad, and talking about important things and stuff like that. So when she died, man, I'm like, I remember when she died, and the when we buried her that night, when I was driving, I even called her, and I'm like, yo, it's like I was still like, nah, it's not. You know what I'm saying? You're just going through the motions, but like, oh, I was thinking about something funny, and I called her because we have this. My grandmother was like a comedian. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we bonded so well. We was very comedic. So I'm like, yo, I found myself, damn, I'm actually drinking like every like. I think I got. It was a point where I'm like, when was the last time I didn't drink like that? Like I'm like, when's the last time I didn't drink? Damn, 7 days in a row. Even if it's just a glass, even if it's just a cocktail, it was just and now, especially after like a week, I'm not like a month and a half. or I really got it under control. But I'm like, I think about it every day. I think about it every day. You know what I'm saying? So when we're going to be talking about certain things, I'm going to be open as well. And I want you to be open as well because I want us to help one another and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So when we see, I'm thinking about drinking coquito, damn good. I'm not saying that I haven't get my little drinkity drink. All I'm saying is I think I got it a little bit more under control, and now it's more of a social thing. It's not more of a I want to feel a certain way, or I want to numb something, or I just want to, what I'm saying. It got to the point where I got tired of being down, 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 down every day. I get a couple of drinks and stuff like that. You get a little, say, yeah, let's party, party, whatever. I drank like 3 years straight before, non-Friday at least. He said, Al said, I drank like for 3 years straight before Monday, Friday, at least 6-pack Saturdays, Sundays, way more, but still every day for like, yo, man, I only drink on days ending in Y. Shit, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Y'all crazy, bro. Punch is live this late. Yes, beyond, above media. Yes. We're going to be there for one another, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be there for one another. This is the intervention. This is Sunday Punch Run Boxing Intervention Session 2. But we're going to be talking about substance abuse. We're going to be talking about, look at fighters. Look at the fighters. We're talking about Adrian Broner. Look at Adrian Broner, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. I would say that boxing translates to life itself. Adrian Broner, this is what he posted. Look at his belly. Look at Adrian Broner had a promising career, folks. Adrian Broner had a promising career. It got to the point, it was to the point, let's be real, let's be honest, whether people like it or not, he was going to be the protege of Floyd Mayweather. Fourth division world champion already. He was already a fourth division world champion. And we just see his life, his money down the drain, his career down the drain. Now he's more like a laughing stock or a clown. But he got issues, he got problems, just like we do. Sometimes he don't got the right people around him because maybe he has so many yes people around his life that now they enable him. They're not real with him. Maybe when somebody's real with him, he X's them out. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you like this about a lot of fighters. I've seen a lot of fighters, man, and they be around a lot of yes men. You got to understand that these fighters been catered to ever since they was young. They had a bunch of adults doing their work, their paperwork, you know what I'm saying? Sponsoring them to go to these amateur tournaments and stuff like that. They stay busy, they stay on diet, and then they get to the professional level and they start fighting 2 to 1 time a year. And they actually start getting to know themselves with the break as being a professional. Because in the amateur circuit, you're fighting constantly. You always staying in weight. You always staying on the diet. You always stay consistent. You always stay, polish in the gym and stuff like that. And then you get to the professional level. You fight like 4 to 5 times a year. And then you get to the elite level. And now you're fighting 1 to 2 times a year. And finally, these fighters start getting to know themselves a little bit more. Let me tell you something about a lot of these fighters. A lot of these fighters don't got real friends because a lot of these guys don't do a lot of these guys do something that the normal people don't do or could understand of doing. Getting punched in the head is not a normal thing. It's not a normal occupation. So they got friends within the sport of boxing and stuff like that. But most of these guys, they don't stay long in school. They don't have the camaraderie of you know what I'm saying, um, you know, the same education, the same social lifestyle, with camaraderie and relationships and stuff like that. They're really like, to be honest, a lot of these fighters are like caged animals. I'm being honest. They're like caged animals. And then when they get the free time, like right now, look what happens. A lot of these guys, substance abuse, relationship abuse, domestic abuse, alcoholism. Look at Earl the True Spence. Look at Adrian Broner. Look at Charlo. Even Roberto Duran. Julio Cesar Chavez. Sugar Ray Leonard. Pernell Whitaker. The late Ricky Hatton. Mike Tyson. Wilfred Benitez. David Benavidez, Riddick Bowe. I'm talking about the Oscar de la Hoya. I'm talking about the elites of the elites. They all had issues. And we're like, damn, what is wrong? They're on top of the world and they all have issues. Sugar Ray Leonard, coke. Oscar de la Hoya, coke. Mike Tyson, coke. Alcohol, smoke. A lot of these folks, bruh. Julio Cesar Chavez, Hector Camacho. What is the issue? Think about this, folks. We're hardcore boxing fans. We respect these fighters. Pernell Whitaker, yeah, I said coke. Aaron Pryor, coke. How can you be on top of the world but have all these issues? This is just not some. I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about almost 70% of the elite fighters, legendary fighters, has gone through these problems. They've been on top of the world, but they feel so lonely. But most of us is like that as well. It don't have to be substance abuse. It don't have to be substance abuse. It could be just, you know what I'm saying, relationship problems and family court system. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm saying it like this, man. Even being, going through family court system and stuff like that, man, and women using you. I mean, using their kids to get at you. You know, it's also a detrimental. It's also like it takes a toll on you. Look at Jamal Charlo. Jamal Charlo was going through a divorce with his lady, his high school sweetheart. They got 5 kids. That divorce really got him. A lot of people want to talk about, damn, with Jamal Charlo, man, he's mental, them, he's this. And I did a lot of videos. Go check out my videos I did about Jamal Charlo. I was holding him down. I ain't bring him down. You know why? Because I've been through that. Man, I went through 11 months custody battle. Let me say it like this. That's one of the most mentally drained times I ever had in my life. Mentally drained, fighting for something that you're not supposed to be fighting, that's supposed to be given. Because one thing for sure, I may not be good at a lot of things. I may not be great, but when it comes to fatherhood, I'm the greatest. I'm Superman. I take it serious. That's my life. But you know how it is in relationships when, man, you don't want the lady, and the lady, no, you better know, if you don't want me, no, watch. And they try to get you through the kids. They try to get you through the pockets and stuff like that. So when I see other people go through the situation like Jamal Charlo, and people's like, oh man, Jamal Charlo need to get back in the ring. Let me tell you like this, ladies and gentlemen, when you say that your kids is your world, that's your world. Anybody right now in the chat that has kids, if I ask you, what do your kids mean to you? Are they your world or just a part of your world? Do you sacrifice for them? Would you die for them? Are they your air? Are they your heartbeat? Let me know in the chat. Is your children your heart, your soul, the reason why you sacrifice, the reason why you get up in the morning and work and provide and stuff like that? The Boxing Rose said, I got 3 beautiful princesses. Shout out to the princesses. G said, custody battle is an emotional and can hit you deep to the core. I experience my child is my breath. Hey, yo, facts. Caesar in the building. He said everything. 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 The Boxing Rose said, my world. Now put it this way, folks. How about if I take your kid away from you? How about if I take your kid away from you? If that's, just think about it. My kid is my world. You take my kid away from me, I turn into a whole nother beast. Let me tell you something about me, folks. And I keep it real. I don't give a damn. I'm an open book. I'm an open book. I'm Punch on Boxing. You could search me, Eddie Gomez. You could search me. I'm an open book. Um, when I was going through that custody battle, I tap into an evilness that I never thought I I I could be. And in terms of this, I never thought. that I could think about being rejoiced if somebody dies. That's how deep. And you understand what I'm trying to say? You know, when you thinking, man, I wish this woman just never wakes up, or a car hit her or something like that. I never. I see that the emotional. I remember my boy like, yo, Crazy Eddie, yo, my man, yo, relax. Don't worry, your kid loves you, man. Don't worry, man. Like, yo, it's taking a toll on you. I was working two jobs, man. I couldn't even function. I couldn't even function. I had to let go of one job. I couldn't even function. You know what I'm saying? It was taking a toll on me emotionally. It was taking a toll on me. I couldn't, like, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, give me 1 second, folks. All right, all right. So yeah, what I was saying, man, it was taking a toll on me, folks. I'm like, man, then why this man? I'm Superman. Why this woman is trying to go after me like that, man? Like, damn, just because I don't want to be with you and stuff like that, I became the. And I was the best father in the world. I don't want to be with you. Oh my God, if you don't want to be with me and stuff like that, then why you? Yo, I remember my baby mom gave me this line before. She said, and it was the most stupidest shit. I remember we was in court, and she says, "Why you just can't be like a regular single father and see your kid every other week?" Cause I was going to battle with the judge, and the judge one time asked me, when are the days that you can see your kids? I said every day. I said I've been seeing my kid every day ever since he was born. Um, yeah, yeah, but you know when is a good when do you do your visitation? I said visitation. Oh, you nuts? Yo, I was arguing. Yo, let me tell you like this. I was gonna be held into contempt 3 times. I fired 2 attorneys on the spot. It got so bad in the courtroom that even my baby mama was like, Eddie, relax, relax, relax. They're gonna put you in jail. Fuck you. What you mean put you in jail? Put me in jail. I mean, I'm here because of y'all. Yo, Caesar with the $2 super chat. Good looking out, my brother. He said my nigga Punch doing a live at 3 a.m. He don't quit. You already know. We gotta do it for the community, my brother. Appreciate you, man. Yo, it got to the point. Let me tell you, and I'm and because I want to this segment is morely about the substance abuse and alcoholism and stuff like that, or coke or whatever, right? So I remember, and when I say 11 months custody battle, right? I got to the point. I got to the point I was gonna give up. I told my attorney, I said, I'm giving my father's rights. That's it. I can't deal with this. That's it. I can't. I can't. I'm giving my father's right. I'm being dragged through the mud. I'm not being respected. They trying to brainwash my oldest son and stuff like that. In which me and my oldest son has the best father and son relationship any father could ask for. Let me say how. I'm just gonna keep it short, and I'm gonna tell you the whole story throughout these Sundays, right? But one of the last court days in the 11th month, I said, you know what? That's it. I'm giving my father's rights. So I went to the court and I said to the judge, I said, I'm giving my father's rights. I don't want to deal with nobody. You guys have really messed me up emotionally. I can't live a life like this and stuff like that. Like I just wanted to, you know, and for the first time, the judge or whatever you want to call her, she finally wanted to hear my voice. Finally, she looked me in the eye. There was times when I said, why you don't look me in the eye? I'm not like these other fathers out here. Like you're dealing with this is my life you're dealing with. You can't even look me in the eye. One time she said, I'm gonna hold you to consent. Yo, I'm gonna tell you like this. For the first 6, 8 months, this woman wouldn't even look at me. And yet she's making a decision. She's making a decision, me as a dad. Right? So I got to the point. I told my attorney was like, no, 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 don't, no, you don't want to do that. You don't. No, 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 no. And I told my attorney, you my mouthpiece. All right, you're just gonna say what I want to say. That's it. I'm done with this. All right. They have no respect for fathers out here. Boom. They just said, no, 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 we're not gonna have that. You've been in your son's, you've been in your child's life since day one. Let's go to the conference room and talk about this. We had lunch. We went to the conference room and then the judge was like, okay, we're gonna give you 7 minutes, and I want you to tell me everything about the relations with your child and the mother from the beginning to this day. The judge said, I give you 7 minutes without interruption. Man, I went through the 7 minutes and blah blah, and then I've been telling the judge throughout the proceeding, right? I said I'm gonna sue her if she for perjury if she lied, right? So the first thing is after the 7 minutes when I told her everything from day one, I was taking care. I've been taking care of my son. My son was living with me. They're even with my baby mama. One time went to a shelter. Went to public assistance with her daughter. My son was with me. So I have all the documentation. I've took him to all the physical, all the dentists. I'm telling you, folks. I'm like a single. There was a point in my life that people thought that my son never had a mother. That's how up and down me and my son was. That's it. That was my life. So then after the 7 minutes, she asked the judge said, is it true? All the things that he said. And then I said, right before she was about to answer, I said, remember, perjury. And she said, and then my baby mom said, everything he said was true. So he lived with him at this and this and that. And she says, yes. And then after all the judge was telling her, is it true or just true? And my baby mom was saying, yes, 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 yes. That he took it to the, he's been there since day one. He took care of, blah. I say, even take care. She had a daughter and stuff like that, whatever. And the judge said, no, no, my baby mom said, yeah, but I still want sole custody. And judge told her, honey, you would never get sole custody with a father like this. Finally, in the 11th month, I was heard and I was respected. Right? Caesar with the $5 super chat says, my nigga Punch, I work in graveyard at a trap house hustling while doing a YouTube live. Stop playing around, Caesar. Stop playing. Good looking out with the $5 super chat, man. Appreciate you, man. So, right? Finally, she said, but my baby mom was still wanting sole custody. They said, what? Sole custody? You never gonna get sole custody with a father like this. What do you want? Blah, 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 blah. I said, I want what's natural. That's the mother, I'm the dad. I want 50-50. I want joint physical custody. See, I wasn't like an asshole. I said what we both deserve. The judge gave us joint physical custody. Right? I get him 4 days. I had him 4 days in 1 week. She get him on the weekend and the next week. Then I get him. Then she gets him 4 days and the weekend. It was like that. To the point was my dad, my son. No, he wanna live with me. He wanna be with me. We went back to court and I won physical custody over my son. But ladies and gentlemen, do you know how in the end of the day, and I remember I was in court when they gave me my son, right? And she was tearing. She says, you won. Yeah, that's it. That's what you wanted, right? You won. I said, man, this wasn't about war. This wasn't about me against you. You brought this. I didn't went to the court really fighting to have my son. It was that I've been a father I'm a father to when it's time for my son to be with me. Then I had everything in play for him to be with me. I was just responsible like that. The bond that me and my son had, it was, you know what I'm saying? It's not a game. You was playing this as a game because you had a broken heart and stuff like that, and it backlashed. You know. Give me a second. Give me a second, folks. Give me a second. Hey, yo, let me know if y'all hear me. Let me know if y'all hear me. Hold on, let me charge this. Let me know if y'all hear me, man. Let me know in the chat if y'all hear me. Joaquin in the building say, y'all hear you. Okay, so I gained custody of my son, right? But it still took a toll on me in terms of, man, I don't trust women like that. You know, that 11 months custody battle still, it still changed the way that I look at people, not look at people, but look at situations and look at women and stuff. And you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I could honestly say, yo, I'm not a malicious person, bro. I'm a very, very fair person. Anybody outside, anybody that's ever met me, yo, I believe that they could vouch. I'm just that. I'm just cool. I'm the life of the party. I'm like I want everybody to do great. I have no egos with nobody. Like I love to see people support one another. I love to see people win. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Like I love to see that. You know what I'm saying? Just like in boxing, I love to see other channels like, yo, look at yo, he got man view. Look at the supporters, man. I like that's why even in boxing content, I be like, yo, showbiz, the go. I love the way that he's been succeeding and stuff like that. Like, I like to see that. You know what I'm saying? I love to see people win. I love to see people win. I don't know. It's just like it's very inspiration and I like to be inspired. I like to be motivation. Let me tell you like this. You see the title of intervention. You know what? That's one of my favorite shows is actually intervention. Like I like to see I love to see not people strung out. I like to see people overcome it and win. It's an inspiration, bro. It's an inspiration to see people overcome because in the end of the day, most of us come from privileged neighborhood, difficult circumstances. And let me tell you like this: we're the most strongest, most envious people in the world. They might not tell you in your face, but us that come from the slums and come from the hood and come from poverty and know how to turn lemon into lemonade and and know how to survive and still keep a smile in our face, know how to move around the world with $2 in our pockets, $1 in our pocket. We could go all hungry and still live and still keep and still have a smile on our face and still live. Do you know that most of the people do you know people were out there just end their life if they live all life for 1 day, 2 days, a week? You know what I'm saying? We know how to live through the fire. We know how to live through the slums. We know how to live through the dirt. And then when we rise and we're chilling with other people from other classes, you know what I'm saying? In terms of finance, and they be like, yo, where you from? Yeah, damn. They be like, damn, you made it out of there. I knew people that used to come to New York City and be like, oh, they told me that it's not good to pass 96th Street. Where you live at? Harlem, Washington Heights, and stuff like that. Oh, I don't want to go up there. He said, did you get house visit? Do they do it? Nah, I got my kid. I actually got custody of my kid, of my son. And then when he started he wanted to go to basketball team, wanted him in Jersey, and then he moved to get his he moved to with his mom back because he wanted to go to the basketball school that was recruiting him. So it was better for him to be closer to the school next to his mom. But after that, it was all, you know what I'm saying, all civil after that. It was all civil after that. But it took a toll. It took a toll. Like, damn, you could be a good father, you could be great to people, you could be fair to people, and they still would try to stab you in the back. Most of the people that I was around with, they are dudes that don't even take care of their kids. They ain't fight like me. You know what I'm saying? So I tell fathers out there, man, keep on fighting, man. Keep on fighting. Let your kids see you fight for them. If you need to, yo, I used to, I remember one time I was in court and I told a judge, And the judge said they was gonna hold me to contempt if I keep talking. You got an attorney, let the attorney speak for you. If you're gonna keep on talking, Mr. Gomez, we're gonna hold you to contempt. I said, hold me to contempt. I gotta pick up my son. Yeah, I remember it was a Thursday, and I said, I gotta pick up my son for a swimming class. So if y'all gonna lock me up, y'all the one gonna have to explain to my kid that y'all lock me up. I'm good. Take me. I said, I want peanut butter and jelly sandwich anyway. I haven't ate in 2 days. I remember I said that shit. Mr. Gomez, and I remember they kicked me out of the courtroom for like they adjourned the day, whatever you want to call it. Cause I said, take me to jail. Yeah. You won't have to explain to my son why I'm in jail. I'll be happy to tell my son. And my son, the reason why I'm in jail is because I'm fighting for you. I'm good with that. Y'all gonna have to explain to my son why I'm in jail. Y'all gonna have to explain because I'm fighting for him over here. I'm not supposed to be over here. And then I remember the judge said, well, I didn't. The judge had the balls to tell me, well, I didn't tell you to come over here. What you mean you didn't tell me to come here? Look at the paper. If I don't come here, there's a warrant for my arrest. That's the reason why I'm here. Yo, when I said that shit, that's when she said, we're going to hold you to contempt. If you don't keep in mind shit, blah, blah. Man, get out of here. I'm here because of you. I ain't supposed to be here. Mr. Skinny in the building was good. But, everything good. Everything is solid right now. Y'all already know my son. He graduated high school. He's in college right now. It's very cordial, but it took so long, man. It took so long. It should have never been like that. And I see another side of people that you could do right by people. You could be good. You could be you could be super dad. You just can't control other people. That's something I learned. I learned along the way, man. It don't matter how good of a person you are, not good of a fair person you are. You just cannot dictate how they are going to reciprocate that. I don't expect I don't expect nothing from nobody, bro. I don't expect that. Put it this way, ladies and gentlemen, even if you have a friend and you feel like damn, you more of a friend to them than they are for you, don't expect them to be for them to be you. Don't change who you are because they're not reciprocating, they're not giving you the same type of friendship or the same type of support that you give them. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're not in a position to do so yet. Don't let that change who you are. You can't dictate nobody's way of reciprocating your support, your love, your like, all that. That's something I learned. Don't expect that. Just expect you be yourself. Expect to be yourself. Ain't no such thing. I think that's a myth. Ain't no such thing. You get whatever you put in. You know what I'm saying? Like you get all you whatever you put in, you get out. Nah. If you put all this hard work, you're gonna reciprocate it with pay and all that. Nah, no. No. Sometimes you gotta be at the right place at the right time. Sometimes you got to be at the right place at the right time. Sometimes you got to be the right people. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes the people that you least expected are the ones that's going to support you. The people that you least expected. You could go years having best friends and and family members and stuff like that. But the person that you least expected is the guy that's going to support you the most. Or the person that's going to support you the most. The person that's going to give you an outlet. The person that's going to help you with the resume. That's going to give you a job. That's going to give you an opportunity. The person that you least expected. Good night, my boy. Caesar, good looking out with the $2 super chat. Appreciate you for the donations. Donations. If you want to donate to the channel, you already know, man. Become a member and also send that super chat, super thanks, so you could, help your guy and smash that like button to help the visibility of the live. Help any way you can. Feel me? So, why we're gonna be talking about relationship as well? Look, this is toxic in itself. It's not about bringing Claressa Shields down or Papoose down, but this is, and I said this yesterday in a live. Relationships also is our downfall in certain situations. Relationships take a toll. Do you know how it is to be responsible over somebody's heart and feelings? That's a job in itself. That's a job in itself. And ladies and gentlemen, a lot of us been in this situation before. Let me tell you like this, and I said this yesterday. I said, man, most of us are old enough to have experienced every situation. Let's say, for example, a man. You, hey yo, I feel, and I'm not saying I'm proud of it, but this is just life experience. I've been in situation, marriage, on the verge of being married, dated women that was married. I mean, you know, not date women that was married, but F the woman that was married, F the woman that was in relationships, single women with no kids, women with kids. I've been a rebound. I've messed with a rebound. We with both rebounds messing with each other. I've messed with a female friend that was supposed to be just a friend, but then we just went through another. We we did the physical thing and we should have never done the physical thing, and then we realized that we should have stayed as friends. Um, you know what I'm saying? I think I've been through every situation with a female. You know, first we was friends, then we was dated, one night stands, right? So at this point, we're educated because through experience, we're educated about certain relationships. And when I see Claressa Shields and Pat Poose, I see a relationship that, yo, man, damn, man, it's inevitable, man. She don't know what's good. She don't know what awaits. A broken heart. You could tell about, I'm listening. You could tell about the situation with Pat Poose and Remy Martin. He's a rebound. She's in love and she don't see it. He's saying, I just want to be, I'm just we're just best friends. He want a companion. She wants a husband. Ain't no man that just had 15 years of marriage in the public eye. It got messy in the public eye. You got a child. You're fighting for your child. You're fighting for your home. You're fighting for your finance. And then you get in the relationship. And she's talking about that her plans in 2026 is to have a baby and to be married. This man is not even divorced yet. This man is dealing with trying to see his kids. This guy is already have adults as his children and have a little one in which now he has to fight for. Do you think this man is ready? It wants to wants to get married and want to have a baby? And Claressa, I want a baby. I want to get pregnant. I want to. She has no sensitivity of what this man has gone through and still going through. That you can't flip the page that easy, woman. That man is 47 years old. You think he's going to start all over while he's still fighting for his son and his finances? For his nah. But I feel sorry for her. Just like I feel sorry for him in a sense. Because relationship could take a toll. You could be the great at something at your occupation, but man, that relationship could take you to the fucking ground. Just like we was talking about Jamal Charlo. Jamal Charlo, 5 kids, been with his wife since he was in high school. That's his world. He built a house, he built finance, he was poor, he got rich with that. And then he lose that. You lose your significant other, you lose your wife, you lose the mother of your kids, you lose your seeing your kids every day. You don't think you're gonna go crazy? And that's what people didn't understand about Jamal Charlo. I support Jamal Charlo because I know that's hard, man. Ladies and gentlemen, getting a divorce is not easy. Not living in the same household with your kids while you mold yourself as a family man, and now you just a single man. And now you got to fight for your kids and see your kids. And now you got to worry about another dude helping raise your kids with the woman. Oh my God. Yo, when he said he needed to take a break, man, my man, he needed to take a break. Now look, I'm gonna open up the panels. If y'all want to talk, if anybody out there going through substance abuse, we're gonna start off this Sunday with substance abuse. If y'all don't want to talk about it, we could do it another Sunday. If anybody here real enough and say, "Yo, I got problems. I want to know how to. I need help from the people from how to, just I need a shoulder to lean on, some wisdom, some encouragement, some inspiration, some motivation to get me out of help me get out of this funk." People in the chat, people that want to jump in the panel, people that just can't talk to anybody, but this is the platform right now. I'm gonna send the link. Whoever got and I know it could be uncomfortable putting your dirty laundry or whatever out there, but it is what it is. I'm here for you, man. Let me see. Who needs help out there, man? Who needs help out there? Yes, sir. Beyond Above Media said, man, I'm not that ready to be honest tonight. But you know what? You don't have to be tonight. You know what I'm saying? But I get it. You know what I'm saying? Trust me. But all I'm saying that there's gonna be a segment on Sundays in where if you do need and you're ready, we here for you, man. We here for you. You know? And let me know if it's a good idea. Let me know if y'all into that. Let me know if we could dedicate Sunday to some real conversation, real being there for people, helping each other out, whether you're going through family court situations, whether you're going through substance abuse, all that. Let me know that I want to invite fighters as well. I want to invite fighter because shout out to Victor Ortiz. I know he's going through some issues in family court system, and Jamal Hearing is going through it. You know what I'm saying? Beyond Above Media with the $10 super chat. Good looking now. He said, "You're a good dude, Punch, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, man. You're a good dude too, man. I just feel like I remember, you know what it is? I remember when I was in certain situations, man. A lot of people couldn't relate. You know what I'm saying? When I was fighting for my son, I could even talk to this about what other dudes, because these other dudes wouldn't fight for their kids. You know what I'm saying? So they couldn't tell me, they couldn't really relate to it. You know what I'm saying? And then us as men, we have this thing that we have to be strong every day. We can't show emotions. We have no time. We have no time. Now I remember there was a time where when I said this the other day, I'm like, yo, should I go to rehab or something like that? Should I, you know what I'm saying? Like it seems like I ain't gonna slow down in this drinking stuff. Should I go to rehab? And then I'm like, yo, but I don't got time. I don't got time to go because I got kids to take care of. I don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? Like we got so much responsibility and we put so much responsibility in that, in our lives, you know, we don't take the time to heal ourselves. We don't got nobody to talk to. Oh, the link is there. Did I send the link? Let me see. Did I put the link there? Hold on. Did I put the link? Hold on. If not, we could save for another day. I mean, another Friday. She made a lot of money than me. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man. These experiences could take a toll on you, man. Mm. But yeah, man. Maybe I could start this off with inviting a fighter, and we could really dive in, and more people will feel comfortable. Yo, yo, yo.
Punch,
What's good? What's good, Vic?
nothing much, man. Just going through a rough patch, dude. I've been through that alcoholic addiction and all that, but my main thing is right now, bro. I've been working for the same company for 10 years and, oh, I might get choked up a little bit, but I've been in a depression, brother, because, bro, I put in so much damn hard work over there and going to the split with my ex and not having that family dynamic and shit. It's like, nobody understands like what I'm going through because you have to be quiet as a man, you know what I mean? And when I try to talk to my family or my brothers, they don't understand it. I'm the one that they call when shit goes down.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like, so now it's like I'm trying to find my lane because like I'm talented at everything, bro. Like I'm excellent. I'm good at all things, but not an expert at one, you know?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Hmm.
I'm just trying to find a way out of this brain funk, man. I go to the gym and I don't have no hobbies like I used to. Like I just isolate, brother, and I'm just dead inside because since me and my ex split and my daughter, when she's here, I'm strong, but when she's gone, it's like I'm broken.
Yeah, yeah. I know, I know. I got that feeling too. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I understand that part because even when you have your daughter, you're not, because of
Not
course
there.
when you're dealing with that, when you're dealing with even with the kids, and it's like it's almost like you're in partnership with an enemy,
Hmm.
and you see like the most happiest, I mean, the most important person, and and your joy, your pride and joy is your daughter, but it's also like a the pride and joy is the reason of, I mean, creating her is also the reason why you're in the funk at the same time. Like, and that was, I remember that was one point that I was like, the greatest thing in my life is my son, but the worst situation was the situation that I had because I had my son with her. How can the greatest thing be my greatest downfall at the same time? Like my
Exactly.
passion to live is also is my passion to live is also a detrimental at the same time. It's weird, like you're fighting and you keep going, and you're strong to keep working, just like you said, you go to the gym, you're trying to stay motivated any way you can, but you're motivating because of the situation of, because you had a kid and that's your world, but you hate this. It's weird. It's weird in the sense,
That's ass
like you
backwards,
strong and
man.
weak at the same time because of it. So
Yeah,
I
because you
understand.
have to shut up to keep peace, you know? And because
Exactly.
I'm blessed because my ex, she never took me to court or try to get money or nothing, but she's also I don't like the word narcissist, brother, because people throw it around and I hate it because if you haven't been with one, you don't know one. And when you're with a narcissist, man, it puts a number on you. And I was, I was doing drugs, I was drinking, but I sobered up. I've been sober for about 5, 6 years now. I'll go out and have drinks with my buddies once in a while, but alcohol wasn't a big deal. It was more like the alcohol mixing the drugs with it, you know? But now it's
Mhm.
just like getting through the whole process of, being able to enjoy my improvements in the gym. And because it's just like I can't enjoy anything anymore because it's almost like I feel like I need a woman to be with, and it's like no, I'm too strong for that. I discipline myself. I'm a
Yeah.
very disciplined person, but lately it's just like I'm falling apart because I don't know, because right now I'm out of work for short-term disability because I'm
Okay.
trying to change my medications around, but I'm just like I'm done with I work for T-Mobile, by the way, but yeah, it's
Okay.
just like trying to figure out my life, like and find my lane. Like, what pushed you to? What were you doing before this that made you like commit to YouTube? Like, what was your
So,
sign? Like, I'm gonna go all in.
before this, I had a channel. Well, I had a website called thetruthhurtsouch.com, right?
Mhm.
And I was talking actually about, a matter of fact, it was around the time that I was going through the family court system, right? And I was educating myself on the family court system and educating myself on government. You know what I'm saying? Why, what was the laws that changed? Why is the family court system is like this, right? I was educating myself and stuff like that. So then I made a website talking about the family court system, talking about what people really don't want to talk about, like why are holding ourselves accountable, right? Like our community, the way that they want to divide us and something like that, like black versus white and Latino versus this, and they, the
The biggest
epidemic of
problem in society right now, what they're trying to do right now to everybody, split us up. I feel you.
yeah, 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 all that, right? But it was mostly about the family. I was trying to expose the family court system, right?
Gotcha.
And but then I also add in the conservative values. Like I changed. Like I used to be like a liberal when I was younger. Like, and then the older I get, especially when I had my son, I started really like, no, I actually more naturally more of a conservative. I have more conservative value. Like, I believe in God. I believe that, you know, uh, uh, um, you know, man is the man is the head of the house, the head of thy wife. The wife is what I'm saying, Christ a man over woman, a woman over children. All that value that we learn really in the beginning. The older you get, the more mature you get, the more conservative you are, right?
That's the exact thing, man.
So then,
I was like that, and now I'm conservative as well.
when I was talking about the Donald Trump and all that stuff, right? It looked like online they were silencing and canceling a lot of things. So I remember I had 7,000 subscribers on a website, and it got wiped out. My website got wiped out. All the hard work, just imagine the hard work that I was putting in Punch Run Box, and I was putting it in that, and it got wiped out. I was getting they terminated my Twitter account, they terminated my Facebook account, all that. So then I started Punch Run Box. I said, you know what? Let me just keep it sport. I don't want to talk about no politics, and that's how I really started like talking about it. And then I was just doing it for fun, really. But I'm like, I can't. I was like, I can't put in that same work after they deleted everything, bro.
No, no, man. That's probably that hits you harder, probably just as hard. And that's that. I can't believe that, man. Yeah, they just silence us, bro. Anything we say is racist or like anything, any opposing values to the left, like it's
Hmm.
stupid. But yeah, man, I appreciate just letting me open up. But yeah, I was the one that pimped your little green overalls, bro. That was a nice trip, bro. When you were a
Oh, oh,
a senior.
oh, but look at now. No, but
Yeah,
yo, my
bro, for
brother,
sure.
my brother. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we do feel like, we get into that look. Sometimes you get into that lonely mode that you need that. And sometimes, you know what it is? I think that we're not as strong about love. I mean, love is something that everybody needs, but I think we're more about respect and appreciation.
Oh yeah.
And and I don't think that men, we don't get that affirmation, right? And if we don't get that affirmation and we don't get that appreciation,
Sometimes like, hey
it
man, you're
doesn't matter.
doing
Yeah, it doesn't matter how much you could say you love me, but you don't get that respect and affirmation. Let me know that I'm doing the right thing. Do you recognize that I'm doing good? Do you recognize who I am? Do you? That's all
just a
we
nice good job once in a while. You know what I mean?
exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's just that. You know, I think that goes a long way with us because naturally we're more logical than emotional. So
Hmm.
this. love thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, if a man can't get a relationship, he'll go buy a hooker. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh
that's
yeah,
not what. And so you know, if you got money, you just go to the strip club. You know, you could get all the physical attract. You could get a girl for that one night that got a Coca-Cola body. That's not, that's really nothing, really. But there's sometimes where you feel lonely, but then sometimes when you have somebody, you be like, damn, I wish I was single, right? So
one, yeah,
um,
100.
so I think that always stay on track, always be true to yourself, always be righteous, always be the extension of God, because being the extension of God is being righteous. And once you in that lane, once you in that track, anything that comes to you, you're gonna be ready for it. Just always stay on track, stay honorable, stay motivating yourself. When because women love confident men that are secure. You know what I'm saying? All that. That's the nature. That's the really nature of woman. They won't follow a low life, but they will follow a righteous man. And I think that man that we need to go back to being, the extension of God and being righteous and being real and being the security, the provider, the logical ones, the strong ones, and stuff like that. We got a role to play. And once you in that lane and in that track, trust me, man, you're gonna attract the right flies. Put it that way.
Yeah, man. Because right now, bro, like I'm confident. I could talk to women, whatever. I don't go out as much, so I don't get a. I'm not getting that physical thing that going out. Get the one night stands here and there, but that shit don't mean nothing anymore.
Hey, yo, go
But
wild, brother.
yeah,
Go wild. Trust me,
yeah,
don't go. Hey, it's not a myth, man. We do have a short life. And I'm not saying they go out there and be crazy, but all go out there and get that physical, that physical, social, physical social, because a lot of people's on their phone, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't because if you don't go out, it's like boxing. That's why I say that boxing translates to life itself. If you're not in the ring, what they call it, ring rust. You
yeah,
gotta feel your emotion. You're gonna be off. You're not gonna have that snappy humor, snappy conversation. So be out there, man. Be out there.
for sure, man. I appreciate it, bro. I'm gonna get to bed, but yeah, man, Punch, keep doing your thing, bro. And I think a lot of people will take you up on this on Sundays, bro.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you, Vic, man. I pray for you, my brother. We with you,
Thank you,
man.
brother. All
All
right,
right.
man. You have a good night.
You too, brother.
I think.
Shout out to Vic, bro. Shout out to Vic. See, we need things like that. That's why that man, that make my day, bro. That's a highlight. That's a highlight of the year. Give me a second. Shit. What's good to hang out spot? See, that's the highlight of the year. You feel me? Again, man, boxing translates to life itself, man. We all go through our 12 round bouts in our life. Again, it's like sometimes we need to take a pause. We need to take a knee just to give ourselves a chance to win the fight. Nutrition is essential, right? Health is essential, right? If a boxer shortcuts his way, that's gonna show up in the ring. You know what I'm saying? So, preparation, prepare yourself, man. Prepare yourself educational wise, prepare yourself, in the house. So when you go out there in the real world, you out there to win. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always say that boxing translates to life itself. We all live in a 12 round bout, you know? Um, and do the best you can in life. So when you don't get exactly what you want to work for, you're still gonna be satisfied. You're still gonna be content. Most of the people in the world never, get to experience what they really wanted to do, wanted to be. A lot of people quit. A lot of people lose their faith. A lot of people let relationship and substance abuse or whatever get in the way of of their calling, of their, you know what I'm saying? That's why I told Vic, all of us got to stay on track. All of us got to stay on track because, everything that we're going to gain is on God's time. But you could only identify God's blessing if you're prepared to receive his blessing. And by being prepared is by staying on track, by staying by staying in line, by staying, keep on working, keep on. And when that opportunity arises, you're going to identify that blessing right away. We all blessed. We breathing right now. Every day that we are blessed with a day, we're breathing. That means that God is blessing us for the opportunity to identify the blessing that He has. We got to play our part. The blessing is there. Is that is we go away from the blessings. We put the blindfolds on. We the one that go away from from what we need to do. And then sometimes what we do, man, we blame God. We blame all this. We don't have accountability. We don't, man, why my life is the way that is the way that it is. You know what I'm saying? God is not gonna give us something that we can't handle, you know? So if you stay on course, you're gonna meet that right one. If you stay on course, you're gonna see that opportunity. When you stay on course, you're gonna receive that blessing because you're going to identify the blessings. Sometimes the blessing is right in front of your face and you just can't identify it because you ain't stay righteous within yourself. You know, I'm not perfect. Trust me, man. Shit. I know. There's certain things. I mean, I missed that blessing, but I think that, let me stay on this track, and probably I could regain that, or God could throw me another bone or something like that. You feel me? And if He doesn't, then I have to identify that I missed that blessing because of me. And I still thank the Lord that He gave me an opportunity. I just missed it because I went away from His will. That's on me. I know the most beautiful thing in the world is God. I know my best friend is God. I know the spirit that got the best interest for me is God. I go away from God. So, but then I could also identify when I miss that calling or miss that blessing here and there, you know. But I still thank Him, you know. But yo, let me know next Sunday we're gonna be with next Sunday we're gonna be talking about all these things, man. I think this is a great thing. Um, Again, we could be talking anybody that want to step up. You know what I'm saying? Whoever got substance abuse, is going through family court situation, that's going through um you know just not going through life ain't it life you in the down, right? There's gonna be the channel on, especially on Sundays, that we here to pick you up. We here to pick ourselves up. You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of outlets out there for men to vent out. You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of outlet for men to vent out. There's not a lot of brotherhood circles to vent out. And I think that this is gonna be a good thing, especially in the boxing community. Any boxers that's listening, that's going through some shit, that you need that brotherhood circle. We here, Punch on Boxing. Well, my brothers, the members, the subscribers, the people that show support to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Let's all help each other out. Let's be better men. Let's be better fathers. Let's be stronger individual. Let's be more righteous. Let's start a trend. Let's start a trend that loving each other sells. They say that bad publicity sells. They say that toxic sells, negative sells. Let's start the trend that positive and loving each other. You know what I'm saying? You know, let's go back to our calling, man. Let's go back to our calling. Anyway, man, we back at it next. I'm gonna go live tomorrow. We talk about more about boxing, but on every Sunday we're gonna be talking about. It's gonna be the brotherhood circle. We're gonna be talking about some and shout out to the ladies as well. You also, the ladies also invited. Any lady that's going out there that needs some questions about why men this, why men that, or women that's going through a relationship and they need a male's point of view because they only getting girls' point of view. You know what I'm saying? Basically, we all strangers out here, but we could build some type of family unit. You already know, man. This is Punch Unboxing. Tomorrow we back at it live on an earlier time. Love you. God bless. And on to the next.